My name is Suzette Hyde, and I've been an attorney for the past 20 years. I have my office in South Florida for the past 10 years, where I've been helping families through divorce, paternity, and other family-related matters. Over the years, I've been able to get full custody for several of my clients. And the past few days, I've had the great pleasure to interview some of these past clients. And I'm going to introduce you to three of them who have 100% custody of their children. The first gentleman is a younger gentleman. He had his child before he was 30 years old and got full custody then. The daughter, who is about 4 years old, and she has special needs, and I will never forget that case. The bailiff had to literally take the child from the mother's hands, hand it to the father, or hand her to her father. And no diapers, no baby bottle, no baby bag, no shoes. The second client is a middle-aged gentleman. He got custody of not one, not two, but three children. The eldest right now is getting ready to graduate college with a degree in biology. She wants to become a doctor. And the final gentleman, he's an older gentleman. He's had a steady job for many years, works with a great company. He's had two older children, and this child he had in his later years, and he just wanted to co-parent, but the mother, for some reason, would not allow that. Now he has 100% custody, and he had a lot of kickback, a lot of struggles when he was trying to do a case on his own. We got together and we were able to get him the full custody that he deserved as a parent. And he talks a little bit about the joy that being a single father brings to his life. All right, welcome, Carlos. Thank you for being here with us today. Why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name's Carlos. I'm 42 years old. I work in finance. I've been doing finance for pretty much all my entire life. I actually just about to finish my master's in accountancy from the University of Miami, which is great.
Yeah.
And I have 4 children. One's 25. I have who has a daughter, so I'm a grandfather. With that being said, yeah, life goes quick. My daughter, who's 20 right now, she's about to finish college.
Great.
I encouraged her to go straight through, take no breaks, because she wanted to be a doctor, and I know how difficult that task is.
That's right.
So luckily, she listened to me and went to didn't take any breaks. It just went straight through. So now she's about to graduate this summer. She's finishing up her last couple classes now, as we speak. Biology.
Very nice. Cool. Go ahead, Marvin, and tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Marvin, and I am a county bus driver. I have full custody of my daughter, and it was a journey, but it was well worth it.
All right, great. And how old is your daughter, if you don't mind telling us?
She's 4. She'll be 5 in maybe about 2 or 3 months.
Okay. Wow. Oh, awesome. Birthday's coming up. You have anything special planned?
We're going to plan something.
So I'm Paul, and I do work with a media company. In fact, I work for Comcast Cable. I've been there for several years. I am a single dad at this point, so that's basically where I am at this point. I've been there for 20 years.
Oh, wow. So I didn't meet you 20 years ago. I met you, what year did I meet you? 2016?
Yeah, 3-4 years ago. Yes.
4 years ago, maybe? Yeah. And so you were trying to get custody of your daughter. How old's your daughter now?
She's doing well. How
old is she?
She's in fact 7, and she's been living with me for the past 2 years, ever since we were successful.
Okay, so that was 2 years ago then. So 2 years ago, we wrapped this up. Okay, got it. Yes. So listen, you have full custody of your children, and your last 3 children, you got full custody of them when they were minors. How old were they when you got custody of them? And tell us a little bit about what it was like for you to get full custody.
Sure. My daughter at the time, she was a sophomore in high school. Um, my other one, where they were both, one was in middle school, the other one was in elementary school. They were real little at the time. But what I could tell you is it was extremely difficult. And I thank God, you came into my life and helped me out with the court proceedings and stuff, because I went through something similar with my oldest in the state of New Jersey. And unfortunately, they didn't care.
Wow.
I don't want to say they didn't care. The courts weren't as, they were looking at me sideways, in the fact that, like, I had no dog in a fight.
Wow.
Regardless of what happened. I was always, nope, you're not. You can't have custody of him. It was always no. But I learned from that experience. So
Yeah.
when this happened to me in Florida, I said, you know what? Obviously, with your help and guidance, and oh, by the way, thank you for being real tough, because there were times where I'm like, you know what? Just real passive, and you were like, no, you have to do
You have to
this.
make up your mind.
And yeah. And it was difficult because I was going through, I didn't know what side of the fence to be on. I know in my heart what I needed to do, but I didn't know how to,
Right.
nor I needed that extra strength.
Yeah.
It's definitely not easy. So with the proceedings, it was a guy, any guy, and I'm educated. I went to college, I graduated, I got my MBA, my master's. In fact, I'm about to finish up my second one. So when you put emotions into everything that's going on as it relates to your children, it gets cloudy. It definitely gets cloudy in that sense. So you definitely need someone who knows what to do, how to do, and when to do it, such as yourself, that helped me out with this, the proceedings and the transition of me being having full custody of my kids.
Yeah. Well, it was a pleasure helping you, because it's like you knew what you wanted. And I could see that it was like totally possible for you, because you were just in a good position to do it. And, you remained focused on the kids. And trying to sort out your emotions and the court system and the laws and filing the papers and all that. It's not easy. So you have full custody, and you said that it was a journey for you. So tell us about what it was like for you to get full custody.
Well, this was my first child, my only child. And, just coming into something new, I didn't know what to expect. I've heard so many horror stories about, just the court system and how it can be tough for a father to try to step up to the plate, I guess, because of previous stereotypes about fathers being missing and things like that. So I was really nervous, but just staying persistent and, just believing in positivity. Everything worked out. It was nerve-wracking,
So you realized that you and the mom were not going to work out, and you just jumped right on it and you filed.
Definitely, yeah. I kind of saw the signs ahead of time. So I tried as quick as I can to move and to act before, I don't see my child, or,
Yeah. And when you said you saw the signs, what do you mean by that?
Well, she would kind of hint that she wanted to pick up and leave.
Okay.
She would kind of hint that, she basically, just
would just leave with your child.
Yeah,
right? Mother said that. And did she end up leaving?
She did. She actually did. And like I said, it was a battle. We had to find her first, and then we
left the state, right? Right.
And we ended up having to find out where she was and get her served out of state. And it was just a big mess. So
yeah,
we ended up going to court up there, and then they brought it back to Florida.
Okay. So you find her in another state. You went to court in the other state, and still couldn't get her to come back. Still right. Couldn't get your child to come back. And then I think that was around a time when you and I met, and that time the case was already like what, 2 years old?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, yeah, at least a year old. And when we got in the, I got in the case, I remember just thinking when you called me, because you know you were just so frantic about the fact that you needed to get this done, and I remember thinking, well, I don't understand why it's not happening, like why the courts aren't doing what they're supposed to do.
Exactly.
And yeah, you know, we had to contact the courts up in Georgia and the lawyers up there and or out of state, and had to try to get that done. But it ended up, I mean, it's probably one of the most dramatic cases I've seen too, where the court had to order her back and like literally, you know, take your child and hand your child to you. Tell us a little bit about that journey in getting full custody. You know, we don't really want to bash anybody, but it's not easy for single dads to get custody, but you did it. So tell us a little bit about that journey.
So let me say we did it, because without you, I don't think it would have happened. In any case, it's, as you say, it's a journey. It's been a long time. And I've been fighting, literally fighting tooth and nail to get her, because I was not comfortable with the home that she was in at the time with her mom. And I'm not bashing anyone, as you said. I'm just being factual. I wasn't comfortable, and I didn't think it was the best situation for her. I initially tried to do it with another attorney. She backed out. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Then I tried it on my own. I was pointed in that direction by the Child Services Department, and I in fact went in on their say-so. And even with all that, it's such a convoluted system that is in place that if you are not experienced and you don't know what the steps are, you get a lot of no's, and you know nobody is able to do anything. And then you go to another department, you go to another department, and you go in circles. So that went on for maybe 2 years. I'm saying 2.5 years.
Okay, so just to recap what you said, you started a few years, like 2.5 years before you met me. You had a lawyer. She withdrew from the case, and Department of Children and Families encouraged you to actually still continue on your own, and you tried to do that, and it still wasn't working.
No, my case got lost. Literally lost. I didn't know where to turn. You know.
Wow.
I had several things. And at the last point, I just sat there, and I didn't leave that office until someone said they would try. And even with all that, I still didn't make any headway.
So you were at not only at DCF, but you were at the courts and just like trying everything that you could. Daily,
literally daily. Every Tuesday, I was going there regularly for different reasons and not getting anywhere.
Wow. Yeah.
But then I think I did hear your name, or you had an interview or something on one of these local stations. And that's
on a radio. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
I wrote it down for some reason. I'm not sure why. And then I came over with you. I called you, and you made an appointment. I came over.
Yeah.
You took it on, and you did your thing. You did it.
Well, I mean, look, it's not easy as an attorney coming on in the middle of the case or close to the end or whatever it is. But I think that when you come on a case, you kind of have to understand the people in the case and then develop a strategy. And I thought you had a really great shot. Number one, because you just was really laser focused on what you wanted. And I think that's really where it comes down to. It's kind of like, you know that you're doing your best for the child. It's not out of spite. You know, you want certain things to happen, and you just want to be heard and a best decision to be made for the child. So I know that you're not the only one. You know, a lot of my clients, they get upset with me sometimes because I kind of have to give them the hard lessons, and I can't be nice and cuddly all the time. Sometimes I have to tell them the harsh truth. But if you're willing to do what it takes, you know, we're gonna put our best foot forward, and we did. You had a lot of people supporting you, including your older children. And because you're saying you've been a single dad for 20 years, because you were a single dad for your other children, right?
Yeah, I got divorced back in 2004.
Divorced in 2004.
they ended up living with me ultimately, but this was the first one. Once she got to a certain age, she chose to come to move in this direction.
Okay, I gotcha. So yeah, I hear you. So in the divorce, you weren't really awarded like 100% time sharing. It just turned out that way because you were such an involved dad. And
Okay.
for your case, I remember that was just really impacting testimony to have your older children come along and say, hey, my dad will drive hours to help me with homework.
It's been an immense, and I feel like I'm still learning every day. Because when I had custody, when I was giving custody of my kids, it was difficult. Now I got them. What do I do? But the parts of, I don't want to say typical, but most guys don't know, such as medical who's their doctor, what shots they need, and it was a definite transition.
Yeah, you can't be self-focused. You gotta figure out everything for them. So it's good. I'm glad that you stuck it out though. And you said that your daughter is doing really, really well. I mean, like she's graduating from college, a degree in biology. Tell us about how your other kids are doing since like they're now in your custody.
My 16-year-old, he's about to be a sophomore. His grades are okay, but he's busy with a lot of sports. So not that that's an excuse, but he definitely, I keep him occupied.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't the best in high school, but luckily, some of us bloom later on and realize, what you need to do. I could only tell the time frame from my daughter's sophomore year, so 16 to 20, a little over, actually. A little over 4 years, about that.
Yeah. And so is the mom involved or?
Not really. I mean, as far as communication, I'm pretty sure she communicates with them. I try not to get involved in when they talk, because honestly, they still need their mom and some type of communication. But as far as physical presence, no, it's completely me. And I thank God it's that way, because I don't if anything's gonna happen, it's because of my say. And luckily I've been gearing my kids and, putting them on a straight and narrow for the most part, as far as, school-wise, education-wise, because they see me real big on education. So I'm not going to tell them, go to school when I didn't. So not to say, that's everybody's destiny, but definitely, I want you to be in a good place when you get older. I don't want you to work 3 times as hard. Like I see my parents work extremely hard just to be able to give me an opportunity.
And when you see the kids have that potential, you really don't want them to squander it. And, if they don't have guidance, I mean, they can easily go in the wrong way. So I definitely congratulate you on that. And I just want to tell everybody, I mean, you never set out to be like, okay, I'm just going to be the sole parent and the other parent's not going to have any rights. Like that wasn't your intention. But the way that things were going, you really didn't have another option, which I was like, look, you need to push for this, because if you do it any other way, it's just really going to cause confusion, and you're still gonna have the same problems that you were having before. So congratulations, man. Yeah.
Thank you. You're absolutely right. And the funny thing is, when my daughter turned 18, in my head, I'm like, okay, maybe she's going to leave the house. Maybe she's going to go with her mom. And actually, no, she's still at home. She's still with me, because I guess she sees like, okay, I don't want to tarnish anyone, but I guess she sees her being with me being a better situation.
Right. So you've had custody for how long now?
Almost 2 years.
Wow. Great. So you as a young single dad taking care of a 2-year-old, and now it's a 4-year-old. So what is it like being a single father? Tell me a little bit about that, and how you get support with that.
Well, when I first started out, it was kind of rough, just trying to figure everything out. But once I got the routine down, everything just started to flow. And it was a little bit harder because my daughter is disabled.
Yeah, she has special needs.
Yeah, so, just having to try to move quick and tap into every resource that I could find. And people, especially when they find out that you're a single father trying to take care of your kid and she's disabled, so many people will reach out and
Great.
really try to help you. So we got everything squared away, her therapy, everything is going great. And she'll actually be ready to start school pretty soon, which I didn't expect. So
Nice, nice. Yeah. Single parenting, I think, is not what any of us hope for. Uh, how do you deal with the challenges as a single dad? What have you found that has helped you over the past 2 years? Because each child is different.
Right, right. Well, I mean, the biggest challenge really is the support system. I mean, getting to work, making sure she is able to get to school, making sure she eats in the evenings, making sure that she does her homework and she's properly cared for,
Yeah.
hygiene, whole 9 yards. It's all there. But at the same time, if you have a support system, it's easier. If you don't, you still have to make do. That's my.
Yeah.
So, and I've just. Go ahead.
How's your job? Your job supports you in that?
I'm gonna say that I wouldn't say it supports you because there is a situation where you have to do certain things. You have to be at work at a certain time. So
Okay.
there's certain that I have to make. So she's up early. She's gotten used to it. When I say early, she's up in time to get to school so I can get to work.
Yeah.
But then I make sure that I get off, in a reasonable time so that I can pick her up because we have to spend some time together anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the bonding time is important. Yeah.
So I do. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it can be done. I mean, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But if you don't harp on the past, if she'll ask me at times, about other things, and I give her a warm answer.
Good.
I don't deflect. I don't do anything more than answer the best I can. But then we try to move on to something that she's comfortable and happy about, and she doesn't dwell on it because I don't dwell on it, and I never speak to her in a negative way about it. I don't want to talk about it. That's not what I do. That's just me. Things the right way. That's what I do. And so far, so good. She is a happy, well-adjusted child. Has made a lot of friends. She was very quiet when she came to me. She's a social butterfly.
Great.
She had a lot of friends, and in fact, she's planning a party for the next couple of weeks. Hopefully, with this Corona thing, she's on me about it. So I think she's well-adjusted. I'm sure it's gonna come up later on. I have to face the facts.
Yeah.
I've done my best to make sure that she is in touch with her siblings from prior relationships. So she does, she does have that bonding with all her siblings. I reach out to the other parents, the other dad to make sure that they bond and the whole 9 yards. They spend time together. So it's just do it.
Yeah. I mean, you it sounds to me like you're always thinking about, her needs and what is best for her, and anticipating that there's certain things that are going to come up and how you're going to handle it. And that's just what a parent does. I mean, you don't have to be a mom to do that. Dads are doing it too. To encourage other fathers that are out there considering getting custody of their kids. Do you have a message that you want to give them? I mean, Father's Day is coming up in a few days, and what can you tell them to encourage them?
To be honest with you, I don't want to say listen to other people, but if you know in your hearts of hearts that by you having full custody of your kids and you're doing the right thing, not doing it by spite, but in your heart of heart that you're doing the right thing, I would definitely encourage any father in a similar situation as mine or anywhere close to definitely contact you and get a lawyer to help you out, because the courts make it difficult. They make it extremely difficult. You'll wind up going in circles. You definitely need someone who knows what they're doing, such as yourself.
Yeah. You need somebody speaking on your behalf. You need somebody kind of vouching for you too, because anybody can come in there and say anything. And for whatever reason, they still believe that, the moms, they're going to take care of business, but maybe the dads have another motive. So, so good that you made that move. Well, I want to wish you a happy Father's Day in advance.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here with us. Continue doing what you do. Support you 100%. All right.
All right. Thank you very much, and I appreciate you.
All right. So is there a message that you have for fathers out there who are considering custody? Because there's still this presumption that, fathers can't really do it. And it takes a mom. And, if the mom is not really involving the dad, then you just kind of wait around and wait for the mom to come around. But you're doing it. and you're living proof of it. So is there a message
Yes,
you have for fathers?
I would definitely say love your children and fight for them, because the funny thing about life is you don't want to miss your blessing because of the package that it's wrapped in. Things may seem bad and they're really turning out to be in your benefit.
Is there a message that you'd like to send to fathers who are, considering getting custody, and, maybe they think they can't do it, or maybe they're afraid that it's going to be a rough journey?
Well, I mean, I'll say this much. We have a responsibility as parents. No matter how they came around or came about, we have a responsibility. That's the first thing.
Right.
And they are vulnerable and really helpless.
Yeah.
And we do not do what we're supposed to do. You're setting them up for failure. That's the bottom line.
Wow.
So you don't do your part, guaranteed you're going to have problems, for sure, 100% sure. Problems can come about, but I'm telling you that from past experience, there is nothing that you should not want to do for them. That's the first thing. The other piece to this is that it's not easy. I've had people tell me, oh, shut up, it doesn't, a lot of people do it, whatever. I say, you know what, you're right, but I'm still going to accept the fact that it's not easy.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. It's not, life is not easy, nothing was promised to me, and it's just my responsibility, and I care about them, so I'm going to do it. And anyone can do it. If I can do it, anyone can do it.
Right. I mean, yeah, as you said, it's about owning up to your responsibility and not leaving it to somebody else to do it, somebody else to take care of it. It's saying that you have something valuable to offer, and you're a working guy and you've done it for your other children, but you're intelligent and you have a different perspective to offer too. So really congratulate you on that. It's always my pleasure helping people like you to to do the right thing, because the perception of who fathers are and who we are as a race of people sometimes is really still distorted.
It is.
So,
it is.
Yeah.
It is. I'll say this much. It's very, very rewarding also to do it. When I say do it, when I look at her, as hard as it is, the feeling of satisfaction that I from having her here and seeing her grow and seeing her read, and she's reading and she's a fluent reader and she's getting all the good grades, that satisfaction makes up for all that other stuff that happens that makes it hard. Rushing to work, rushing home, it doesn't matter, because when I go to her end of year thing and she's up on the stage performing, it's a good thing for me. I'm happy, and I do thank you. I don't want to get into this mushy gushy thing going on.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
A good job. You handle it. What I'll say to anyone who wants to believe or listen to what I'm saying is that you're very thorough. And I think
I'm very what? What did you say?
Thorough. You're very thorough.
Thorough. Yeah. I try to be.
When I met you first, you kind of annoyed me a little bit because you were telling me yes and what I should say, and I shouldn't say the little girl. I should say my daughter, and you were telling me what I should do, and I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
But in the long run, you were right. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what you're doing, and for that, I appreciate it. I would always owe you for that. Thank you.
No, well, I mean, look, if you didn't deserve the support, I wouldn't be giving it. I feel like this world is, it's round. Whatever I give out, I get back. So I don't just put my heart and soul into people who I think are in it for the wrong reasons. And
right.
It is a heart and soul kind of work. But when you see, like a little girl just loving the fact that she's with her dad, and before, she wasn't able to spend time with her dad, like, why wouldn't you want that, So,
good stuff.
Great. Well, thank you. I just want to wish you a happy Father's Day in advance. Enjoy it. It's coming up in a few days. So thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. None of these cases are guaranteed it's going to happen in your case. Each case is unique. Each case is different. I'd like to thank the judges, general magistrates, who made these decisions. Judge Cohen, Judge Navarro, General Magistrate Sarosi, would like to thank you for just taking the time to listen and making decisions in the children's best interest. We hope you enjoy watching.